Hey everybody, it's low carb and keto nutritionist Amy Berger from 2itnutrition.com, bringing you another video in doing keto without the crazy. Although today is not really so much about keto, it's about things beyond keto. So what do I mean? How should I explain? Diet cannot fix non-diet problems, meaning if you have something going on in your life that isn't related to the food you're eating, then changing the food you're eating probably isn't going to have any impact on that problem, right? I'll say it again. You can't fix a non-diet problem with diet. And I feel like I need to do a video on this because I've had, a few clients over the years that ate better than I did, right? I'm looking at their paperwork, I'm looking at their food journal, like, I have nothing to tell you. I literally cannot improve upon this. You're doing everything right. But they were unwell in some way, something wasn't quite right, they were struggling with something. And in all of those cases, it wasn't a food issue. And let me take a step back and then proceed in a more orderly, sensible fashion. There is no doubt whatsoever that food and diet has a massive impact on mental and emotional health, right? I did a video on this. I think it's called Keto and Mental Health. You can search for it. It was several months ago. Or maybe, actually, never mind. I'll put a link to it down below in the notes so you can find it. Zero doubt that what we eat has a massive impact on our brain, on our cognition, and our moods. Right? We know low carb diets are actually very, very good for various mood issues. There's published papers on ketogenic diets being very good for schizophrenia, very good for bipolar. We have anecdotes, tons and tons of people self-reporting that their depressive symptoms got much better, their anxiety got much better, just general mood swings, because a lot of mood swings and maybe rage and panic kind of feelings can be that hypoglycemia, that the blood sugar dropping off the cliff. And besides just evening out blood sugar to help with mood stability and mental cognition, chances are when you adopt a low carb or ketogenic diet, the quality of your diet is better, meaning the vitamin and mineral content of your food is better. Not always, but in general, we would expect an increase if you're increasing the amount of, healthy fats that you're eating, because you will be better able to absorb and assimilate fat-soluble nutrients like vitamins A, D, E, and K, and some of the carotenoids, lycopene, lutein, and all that. If you're eating more red meat or more shellfish or pork and things like that, you will be getting more zinc, more B12, more selenium, more B vitamins in general. All kinds of good stuff happens. So I don't want to discount that. I mean, there's clearly a role for a healthy low carb / ketogenic diet in benefiting in some way moods and overall just feelings and dealing with life. But here's the thing, if you're already eating a very, very good diet and you have no identified shortfalls, no serious deficiency or even a subclinical insufficiency in any particular vitamin or mineral that could be affecting your mood, your outlook, the way you interact with others in your daily life, if all of that is taken care of and something still isn't right, it's probably not your food. It's probably not your vitamins and minerals. It's probably not your blood sugar. It's probably not your insulin. And this is uncomfortable. I should have said that we're 4 minutes in. I should have said this at the very beginning, that this is kind of an uncomfortable topic to have to talk about. But we have to talk about it because it's not being talked about, or at least I don't see it being talked about enough in the low carb and keto community. Outside of our world, of course, maybe this is a bigger deal, but I guess what I'm trying to get to is, if you hate your job, if you wake up every day dreading going to that office or getting in that car or on that train or bus for that commute or wherever your workplace is, maybe it's your house, your own apartment like it is me, if you dread that and I can't take one more day, I'm not going to make it to the end of the week, keto isn't going to fix that, Keto's pretty magical. It ain't that magical. that's something that you have to take control of. The same, and I've been there. Holy cow, have I been there. I know what it feels like to dread that commute. I know what it feels like on a Sunday night to be thinking, oh God, another week. I can't take 5 days of this. Or any evening of the week prior to a work day thinking, I can't do this one more day. I literally can't take it. I know how that feels. I've been there in many, many previous jobs that I've had. The same holds true if, again, a very, very uncomfortable thing to talk about, if you are in a loveless relationship. It's easier to walk away from a boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other if there's no commitment, no marriage, no, multi-year, multi-decade entanglement of your finances. You live under the same roof. Maybe you have children together. It's a lot harder to put an end to a long-term, relationship, especially if it's a marriage and you have to go through the legal workings of that, and it costs a fortune to get divorced. If you are the breadwinner, you might have to pay alimony or child support or who knows what. It's not easy, but keto doesn't fix that. If you feel stuck in a relationship where your partner doesn't respect you, doesn't support you in things that are legitimately worth supporting, not like if you want to go do something absolutely crazy nuts that they shouldn't support you in. I mean, just, you don't feel that that's somebody you can depend on, that that's somebody you can be honest with, if you feel like you have to hide things from them, or you just flat out don't love them, or you get the feeling that they flat out don't love you, no amount of omega-3 in the world can fix that. No amount of B12 can fix that. No amount of grass-fed beef can fix that. No amount of, I don't care how high your ketones are. I don't care how purple your pee strip is. Food is not going to fix that. And, to the parents out there, mostly the moms, but I want to acknowledge all the very, very hardworking, dedicated dads out there too. But I personally, in my experience with clients, see this more in moms. Sometimes, I'm looking again at their paperwork, looking at their food, and like, I think this, sometimes I say it in a more diplomatic way, in more polite words. I'm looking at this like, you don't need a nutritionist, you need a psychologist, you need a therapist, or your diet's perfect, you don't need a ketogenic diet, you need a babysitter once a week, or you need a date night once a month. You need an orgasm, preferably multiple, preferably more than once a week. And I say that kind of in jest. I'm absolutely not kidding. Sexual activity is a really important part of adult health, of consensual adult health. We are physical beings, we are sexual beings. Or if you're not a sexual being, I know some people just don't get those feelings. They're just not into sex. If that's you, don't discount the importance of non-sexual touch. Right? Of hugs, of kisses on the cheek, of holding somebody's hand, of walking arm in arm with somebody of the same gender, same sex, opposite, whatever, what have you. I'm of course recording from the United States. In other parts of the world, it's totally normal for heterosexual men to walk hand in hand or hold the hand of another heterosexual man, or heterosexual females to do the same. It's not weird, and whatever way you roll, whatever you like, whoever you sleep with, I don't really care. It's none of my business as long as it's all consensual. But I'm just saying that, like, in the US, we might consider that weird. In other parts of the country, it's not weird. If you go many, many days with no touch, no interaction, that's not healthy. And I'm an introvert. I'm not saying, like, I'm a huge introvert. I'm not saying we all need to be surrounded by people all the time and constantly in physical contact. No, that would drive me bonkers. But when you go a while without it, and then you have it, it's like, oh, this is so nice. I work from home, I live alone. One of the nicest things that I experience at some of these low carb and keto conferences where I go to speak is the hugs with, like, people that I know that I just haven't seen in 3 months or 6 months since the previous conference I saw them at. But people I've never met before, but I know them, quote, quote, through Twitter, I know their name, or they've sent me emails. Let's hug, I'm a hugger. And I mean, I always ask, are you a hugger? Can I hug you? And then we hug. I don't like to hug, not given permission. That can really be upsetting for people. But that's important. And the physical contact is important. The sexual contact is important. Non-sexual touch is important. And non-touch, honest, genuine, safe communication is important. Having someone to talk to, having someone that you can be completely honest with your problems. I've mentioned in previous videos that, like in my previous one on type 1 diabetes, that I've gained some weight and I'm not happy about it. And I have some habits that I'm not proud of, and there's not everybody in my life knows the extent to which those problems exist, and to the level of control that they have gotten out of. But there's some people in my life I don't feel comfortable telling that to, but thankfully there's a handful of people that I do trust, and that I to keep that piece of me within themselves, and it doesn't go beyond them, and it's somebody that I can talk to and at least tell somebody that, hey, listen, I'm having this problem. I'm not asking you for help. I just need to tell another soul that I'm having this problem. If you don't have anyone like that in your life, that's rough. Life is rough, man. Even if you have support, life is hard enough. Now, how hard is it without the support? But I've totally gotten off track. Let me get back to the mom and dad thing. When I said, you don't need a ketogenic diet, you need a babysitter, you need a date night, you need a vacation away from the kids. Maybe get your mom or your cousin or some trusted friend to babysit for maybe a whole weekend, so you can go to a B&B 100 miles away and just get away by yourself or with your significant other. You need an orgasm, preferably lots of them on a regular basis. And let's see, what else? The demands, like, it's okay to say no. You don't have to be all things to all people. You don't have to sacrifice every little bit of yourself for other people, including your kids. Like, you don't have to play chauffeur all the time. They don't have to go to every single event every single time. Now, it's easy for me to say I'm not a parent, and I'm getting off on digressions again too. I want to clarify, I'm a nutritionist, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. None of this is medical advice in any way. And even when I get clients that fall into this category of like, this is not a diet problem, I can't help you, I tell them, I'm not qualified to help you. I don't have the education or training to help you. All I can do is bring this to your attention that this is a problem. This is the issue. It's not your wild-caught salmon. It's not your grass-fed beef. It's not your, organic butter from grass-fed cows. Like, that's not the problem. You've got that mastered. There's something else going on here. I can't help you with it, but I can let you know that I think this is the issue, and you need to consult some other professional or find some other way to get help in that area. And really, like I said, I think this is something that we overlook in the keto world. We just think, if I can just keto harder, if I can just get my macros perfect, if I can just tweak it in this way or tweak it that way, no. Is keto really, really good? Yeah, it's not that good. Like I said, it's not that magical. So, don't discount the power. If some of the problems in your life are the result of you or your spouse or somebody being moody or depressed or anxious or panicky or whatever, just unwell, maybe you're in chronic pain all the time, you're fatigued, then yeah, keto can help. Sure it can, maybe not perfectly, but to some large extent, keto can improve a lot of that. But if the problem is something else, keto can't get you that divorce. Keto can't change your spouse into somebody that loves you more or that you love more. Keto can't, buy you a new house if you're not happy in the town you're living in or what have you. So I don't know. There are a lot of resources to help you. I'm not going to recommend any in particular because I think that's very specific. Different things resonate with different people. Different things help different people. But let's just, acknowledge publicly between each other that it's okay. It's okay to have problems in your life that keto doesn't fix. It's okay if you're on a ketogenic diet and you're at your ideal body weight, you feel great, you look great, you're bursting with energy, your moods are fantastic, but you're really miserable at home, or you're really miserable at work, or there's something else going on. It's okay. It's okay. It sucks. It feels bad. It's difficult. I don't wish it on you. I wish you well. I'm giving you a virtual hug. My camera just got blurry. I don't wish for this to be happening to you or me or anyone out there, but it happens, and it's okay. And it happens to all of us at one point or another. None of us is immune. None of us has a perfect life all the time. And I'm going to stop now because I don't really know what else to say about it. Just reiterate, stop trying to use diet to fix non-diet problems. And keto doesn't help things that keto doesn't help. So that's it. My website is 2itnutrition.com. As always, you can support me on Patreon if you like these videos, if you find them valuable. And patreon.com/2itnutrition. There's many, many different levels you can support me at. As little as $2 a month is great. You can support me at that level. $5 a month and above gets you certain perks. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.